Hey guys, Tachu22 here, and welcome to Heat. And this program is brought to you by MuchGames.ca, and wouldn't you know it, it's time once again for the Vince McMahon Gets His Ass Kicked match 2. Yep, it happened before last season, but we're going to have it again. And the reason this match came about is because, well, Mr. McMahon, throughout the last two seasons, or actually throughout this season as well as the previous season, attacked all three men from behind unannounced. And the three men that he attacked that are going to get their chance to kick his ass is, let me start from the guy on the right, on the far right, is The Miz, Fox McCloud, and Jake the Snake. So all three men are going to get their chance to beat Mr. McMahon. So it's a punishment match is what I'm getting at. So with that in mind, let's begin. Alright, we're off, and it will take place inside Hell in a Cell. So there's no escape for Mr. McMahon. Even if he tries to get out, there's no escape. So really the only way you can get out is to be beaten, or to beat somebody. And as far as Mr. McMahon is concerned, well, his saving grace is to either, he does not have to beat all three men. He has to just pin one of them, and the match would be over. Otherwise, they can pin him, and the match would be over also. So right now, Mr. McMahon is going to get his butt handed to him right now. So yeah, all three men have vendettas against Mr. McMahon, the guy in black, in case you don't know which one is Mr. McMahon. And a scoop slam with Mr. McMahon's arm tucked underneath. And an armbar right to Mr. McMahon. I mean, if they keep this up, they might actually break his arm. And uh-oh, here comes a double team. Ooh, and a couple of punches right to the gut of Mr. McMahon, unprotected, mind you. And a Hurricane Rana on to Mr. McMahon. And a neck snap, shades of Mr. Perfect, although Mr. McMahon gets up, but as soon as that happens, someone attacks him. And a double gutbuster onto Mr. McMahon. And whipped into the corner right towards the referee. And a clothesline onto Mr. McMahon. I would have to say it's only a matter of time before Mr. McMahon will have to succumb to the onslaught of all three men. Well, actually, that was a little bit of an accident by, okay, you can stop attacking, and wait, Miz, what are you doing? Don't attack the referee, what are you doing? I mean, sure, you can't get disqualified, but come on, man, use some common sense. Oh, rammed shoulder first was, Fox McCloud by Mr. McMahon. I mean, really, Mr. McMahon could actually attack the referee all he wants. It's not going to help him. A double gutbuster again onto Mr. McMahon. And, well, whatever Miz was going to do. Oh, and a rake in the eye right to Mr. McMahon. But now Fox McCloud is going to get his hands on him. Scoop slam. And a leg drop on Mr. McMahon. And a pinfall. No. Kick it, not even a 1 count, and 1, No, just a 1 count on Mr. McMahon. As he goes right after McCloud. And then a dropkick onto Mr. McMahon by Jake the Snake. And 1, 2, no, kick out by Mr. McMahon. And a running neckbreaker onto Jake the Snake. And whipped into the corner is The Miz. And a punch right to the head of The Miz. And now what's Mr. McMahon gonna do? An elbow drop onto The Miz, and it actually hit. But just as that happened, Jake the Snake comes in. And some more punches right to the gut of Mr. McMahon. I mean, honestly, I don't know how much longer Mr. McMahon has left. And a drop toe hold facebuster onto Jake the Snake. Although Mr. McMahon, I'll give him credit, he's fighting back. But just as that happens, oh, and a rake in the eyes right to Jake the Snake. And then he rakes the eyes of The Miz. And then a running neckbreaker onto Fox McCloud. And a DDT right onto the canvas. And is that enough? 1, no, just a 1 count. Another pin, 1, 2, no. I mean, they're getting closer to beating Mr. McMahon, but... And a suplex into the ring the hard way. 1, no, kick out by Mr. McMahon. And a suplex onto Mr. McMahon. And 1, no, kick out by Mr. McMahon. Oh, wait a minute. Skull crushing finale. Skull crushing finale onto Mr. McMahon. 1, 2, 3. Yep, that was enough. As far as The Miz and Mr. McMahon goes, they've been feuding the longest of the 3 that Mr. McMahon has had problems with. But with this, a victory for The Miz has ended his feud with Mr. McMahon. So it's over for The Miz and Mr. McMahon, as The Miz has won his series 3-1 over Mr. McMahon. But the winners are Mr. McMahon, or not Mr. McMahon, The Miz, Jake the Snake, and Fox McCloud, who stepped out. But folks, we still got one more match yet to come, so stay tuned for that. It'll be the main event. Stay tuned.